This video is a hands-on demonstration of how to use all the benefits you get when you sign up for one of our courses. In today's example, we'll take a look at nutrition basics. Now, just to let you know that all of our courses, whether they are part of the program or special interest courses, are eligible for university equivalent credits. These credits are great for professionals requiring continuing education hours for their associations. Now, these courses are designed for health professionals, especially those seeking an in-depth holistic dimension, but they're also designed for individuals seeking a holistic lifestyle, grounded spirituality, and an expansion of consciousness. So today we'll look at our Nutrition Basics online course. It's basically a course that is about everything every human should know about nutrition. Not only are our courses interesting and pertinent professionally, but we also use a lot of techniques for learning, and especially adult learning, in the design of our courses. So let's take a look now at the website that the course is held on. You'll get a link to this website as soon as you register. And as I said, that MICH applies techniques to enhance adult learning based on over 50 years of research. We've always taught in an experiential way with lots of personal interaction, participation, and feedback. And we bring these elements into our online courses as well. Adult learners have a lot of responsibilities and preoccupations. They're juggling work, children, family, home, and courses. So it's really important to keep you motivated and interested. And the key factor for motivation is frequent and easy communication with your teacher and colleagues. And that's what we have right here at the very top of our website, the top menu. The top menu has the areas where you can communicate and ask questions. For example, the course forum is designed for questions. Any question that you might have, anything that you're looking for, any information you might be looking for. So let's say you want to know what specific diet considerations there might be in the aging process. So if you type in aging, it searches the whole site. So in other words, all of the documentation, the slideshows, the links, the references for that subject. And depending on your interest, depending on your particular question, you can take a look. Like, for example, in this holistic integration approach, we talk about the aging process and the principle, the energetic principle that is involved in the aging process that causes a rigidifying and narrowing of different dimensions from the bones to the blood system, and what is needed on all levels to counteract that rigidifying process, as well as the particular needs for the aging adult. But maybe this didn't answer your question. So if you don't find it in the course material, then you can just add a post. You can post your question. It's good to put a title to your question, and you might put special dietary considerations. Whoops. Considerations for aging. And that's a whole topic actually that's covered, as you can see in this course. So maybe your particular question was about milk, and is milk recommended for adults over 60, for example? And then you just post your question, and your teacher can then answer your question, and you'll get your answer. MICH has developed many different ways to encourage, whoops, better stay on this page and save my post. There we go. There it goes. Now it's been posted. Okay. So That's a good thing that the computer tells us what to do sometimes. All right, so here we look at the other elements of the site. We see that MICH has developed many ways to encourage reciprocity and collaboration. You see that your assignments and quizzes are grouped together with the title collaboration. We encourage collaboration and group work relationships among our students, so much so that our grads work together as professionals. They collaborate together on cases and even share office space. So we discourage competition and put a lot of emphasis on individual development. And we accommodate that way individual learning needs as well. So on this site, actually, when you click on this link, it brings you to a Google Classroom where you can access your quizzes and assignments, but where you can also collaborate and post and comment with other students about your assignments, about questions, about the reading. And of course, your teachers can read it as well. So it's a place to collaborate and link with everyone else who is studying with you. So even though you're not in person, you still have that contact. Now, feedback, of course, is important in your learning, and that's why we create a quiz, small quizzes at the end of each unit so you can test yourself. Now, coming back to the central, there's also a link here for our webinars and announcements. So for the live webinars, they will be announced as they become live. And all you have to do is to check this and you'll be able to click on the link to join the webinar. So it's as simple as that. You don't have to sign into anything. You don't have to download a program. You don't have to get anything special at all. Once you have access to your course website, everything is on it. That's basically what we try to do, to make sure that everything is at your fingertips, that it can be easily found. Okay, let's take a look here at the sidebar. That's our top menu. So the sidebar menu has three basic sections, which is getting started, a section on course material, and a section on resources. And there's an introduction here. Now, the introduction tells you a little bit about the course, a little bit about your instructor, and about the philosophy behind the course. Now, the philosophy, of course, is an important one. It's a holistic one. MICH always tries to embody immaterial, energetic, and ecological dimensions in everything that we teach. So nutrition basics as well is presented from a holistic perspective that includes that broader scope of nourishment. And now, it's like all other nutrition courses. It does provide you with the necessary vocabulary to be able to understand the composition of foods from a chemical perspective, but also understand how this chemical perspective is very narrow. So we also consider the living aspects of nutrition to provide you with a more consistent foundation through an in-depth understanding of the forces that form living beings, of what food really is, and what are the immaterial energetic dimensions that are essential to life, the life force, and everything that sustains the functions of your organism. Our course objectives help you keep you focused, basically. There's understanding, knowing, and doing objectives. In other words, it's not just about doing nor information. The training at MICH is always within a bigger container of understanding, an understanding that is multidimensional and holistic. So you'll see these course objectives and unit objectives for every one of the units that you'll be looking at. Well, this is the introduction. All right. So if you're to click on Getting Started, you'll see that this outlines an overview of the course structure, explains a little bit about what holistic integration is, because there's holistic integration exercises with each unit, and how MICH is a vehicle of holistic learning and holistic consciousness. Questions and communication. So we just ran through that. This is basically these three tabs in the top menu. But just in case you're not sure, you can click on this tab and find out about where your questions can be asked, where announcements can be found, where collaboration happens, and then which tab to click on so that you know where to go. You can't get lost. Now, the weekly lesson plans help you plan your time and know exactly which subjects are going to be covered when, and which quizzes cover which subjects. And then when your final exam is going to be held as well. Scrolling down, you have an overview of week by week or unit by unit of what the unit is about, of what kind of handout or slides you have to read, what form the quiz or assignment is in, and whether or not we have an interesting URL for you to link to in order to get a little, fill out the information that you're learning in your course. You also have a calendar. The calendar helps you know exactly when things are happening. You can see it by the week, by the month, or when you click on agenda, you get a list of important dates for this course. And so you know when the webinar is happening, you know when you should start your lesson plan, and of course when the quizzes are due for each one of the lesson plans for each one of the units. So it's very handy to have. And then, of course, the evaluation. In every course, we outline how you're going to be evaluated and exactly what you need and what is required to pass. And then finally, a little bit about your instructor, who you can reach via the course forum, but also directly by email, and know a little bit about your instructor. And in this case, Carla has an extensive background in nutrition. She's a naturopathic doctor with medical training and has specialized in using diet as intervention in chronic disease. But she has a breadth of knowledge in Chinese medicine, Ayurveda, herbalism, macrobiotic, raw, anyway, every kind of diet you can imagine. She has personal experience as well as in-depth teaching experience and clinical experience, which is all important. She's a hands-on teacher. She's also the person at MICH who organizes the missions to Honduras. So she's very well practiced and very professional with a lot to share. So that's all in getting started. So if you ever need to sort of get your grounds, find out when things are happening, or you have any questions about the course, it should all be answered in the introduction and in getting started. Now for the real core of the course material. As you can see, the course material is divided into bite-sized units. We do that so that again, thinking of the adult learner, we have adjusted our teaching and our teaching speed to the needs of the adult learner. We're careful not to overload you with information, and instead we present a steady flow of pertinent information and experiences that promote your evolution and transformation, as well as your knowledge. So when you click on the unit title, you'll come to a page that gives you the competency standards for this unit. Again, the adult learner wants to know exactly how to attain their goals, how to direct their attention, what is important. And again, you see that it's not just about knowing and doing, but also about understanding, about holding a holistic understanding, and in this case, of the multidimensional interconnectedness of the process of nourishment. And then within that, of course, are things that you're going to know, such as the processes that are carried out in plants to form food and in animals to break down food, the many dimensions in the process of nourishment as well. And then there's the practical side about being able to differentiate food labels, for example, and explain the differences between the categories of agriculture and their effect on the individual and on the earth. and how to identify a whole food. So there's always a practical element, there's a knowledge element, and then there's a deeper understanding in everything that we teach. You also get the lesson plan, just the lesson plan for this particular week, so that you can have that at your fingertips as well and know exactly what's going to be covered and what you're going to be quizzed on. Every unit contains a handout. Now, MICH goes to great measures to make all of our course and text materials practical and relevant to the adult learner. Everything you read is directly related to the skills and understanding that are required for your profession. And we tell you how it's related. So you're not required to read long texts or purchase books that only have a limited relationship to what you need to learn. These we have written ourselves. We have gone through many books, synthesized what is really important so that we bring a holistic understanding that is well-grounded, well-rooted in research, and is leading edge as well. You'll notice that you have live links inside the documents as well to bring you to areas of interest that you might want to read a little bit more about. So you can read it right on the page, which means that if you have an Android or any kind of Android, cellular phone or iPad kind of thing, that you can go to this website and read your articles right on the website. But if you prefer to download them, and if you like to print them out or put them on a different or keep them on your computer, you can also do that. So everything that is embedded in on the website is also downloadable. And then if there are additional references or files that we think you might find interesting, we add them to the bottom of the handout section. Okay. You'll also find in every section slideshows. And in this case, we have a narrated slideshow on living light. And basically, it's a YouTube video that we have created so that you can actually
Welcome to the Montreal Institute of Classical Homeopathy.
You can go to any segment of the film, and the visuals help you know where you are, so you can review or hear more about it.
Is a part of the manifestation of their communication of information.
A little bit on mitochondria.
I hope you're getting that picture. Alberto Villaldo is a shaman.
So this, as you can see, this 41-minute slideshow is really like being in class, or even better actually than the classroom, because you can rewind and re-listen, and you can download the slideshow as well. We have PDF versions of all our slideshows that are downloadable as well if you want to keep them on your computer to make notes and make your own notes and study from them as well. So with each unit is a little class actually in itself. So here we have another slideshow on ecology and soil. We have the PDF versions of everything, and we have the section on holistic integration. Again, for the adult learner, it's important that we respect your wealth of experience, your knowledge. Your knowledge and your experience is honored and respected. We use your experience and knowledge as the basis for your learning. That way, information becomes more important and more relevant and is more easily related to your life experience. You'll remember better. So active learning is encouraged. We give you opportunities for writing, outlining, applying, talking, questioning, and reflecting. In this way, your learning is integrated in many different ways. So in this one, the exercise is about changing your relationship to food and mindful eating as an introduction to nourishment, and especially mindful and holistic nourishment. So every single unit, as you can see, is set up in exactly the same way, with an overview, a handout, one slideshow or more. Sometimes there's more handouts as well. And then the PDF versions and a holistic integration as well. As well, we have resources such as the recommended books. We always try to direct you to what we think are the best resources that address the subjects that we are looking at. So we try to find online books when available, as well as books that are affordable or found even in the library. But again, most of your materials, almost all of your materials, are included in the course material on your website. And these are some reference websites that we will probably guide you to during the course at one time or another, where you can go to as resources in your practice as well, or as for your assignments or in your own study and application of nutrition. So as you can see, we're always adding to the possible resources, quality resources for your references as well. So we know that you will enjoy and get a lot from our courses, and we hope that you'll join us for experiential weekends beginning in 2016, where we push the envelope of consciousness and we explore the fascinating aspects of humanity. So as well as our online courses, of course, are experiential weekends. They are open to everyone. You do not have to be training to become a homeopath to attend them. Our homeopaths in training will be there as well, but we are there really to explore humanity, to understand the human being in holistic terms, in non-dualistic terms, and to be able to really embody a truly holistic practice for those of us who are practicing health practitioners. So I hope this was helpful, and we wish you all the best if you are signed up for the course, and we will look forward to speaking with you soon and meeting you at least online. Thank you, and have a nice day.